Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Ghanaba Kwaku. I've been back from Ghana. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks. I left Ghana 2 weeks ago tomorrow, and it was a successful trip in my opinion. It was good to see Project KKBT House in person again, and also to see the work that they have done on their project, and more importantly, to see the products that Bill Connect Solutions helped them get for their project. If you haven't seen any of those videos, you probably aren't subscribed to the business channel. I'll put the information on the screen. Please do me a favor, head over there and subscribe to the channel. I've been putting some good content there, tiles, videos about their project. I have more coming. But I got on camera today just to say thank you for everyone who's been walking the journey with me. Building in Ghana is not easy. And every time I talk to some of the potential clients and also people that I've gone in to talk to because of this YouTube journey, the Building in Ghana journey, I realized that the more we talk about these things, or the more I talk about them, the more it resonates with other people who are also suffering in silence. I believe that our voices need to be heard, but it's difficult to do that when only few people are talking, right? Because if something is not going right, the person who ends up being almost like an advocate seems like they're bashing, and you seem like you're not being patriotic, but that's not the case. My quest on this journey is essentially to empower people, right? Make people leave, or essentially, I leave people better than I met them. That's my hope, right? Am I going to succeed in all of them? Probably not. But I believe in one thing. I always go into spaces with that heart of making sure that, I don't leave you on a sour note. I don't do anything that makes you regret ever seeing me or meeting me. And with that in heart, I go into the building project same way, right? The same human being that I am, I cannot fake it, or I cannot context switch. Sometimes I think I should be doing that, but it's difficult for me to context switch because that'll be faking it, right? But I'm trying my best to set the tone for anyone that I meet on the building journey on my project. Corrective works that need to be done. I need to almost like, be stern on getting what I asked for and what I'm paying for, right? Sometimes I believe people think that some of us who get into situations on building, our building sites are doing it because maybe we got to work for free. I don't get that. I don't understand that sentiment. You go into every relationship, especially me personally, speaking for myself, I go into any of these, hey, can we work together relationships because someone recommended someone to me, or I saw their work and I liked it, as best as I could vet, I liked what I saw, right? But that doesn't mean that we're going in wanting to pay less. That's not the case, right? I see, I read comments like that. That makes it sound like, only people who are paying, for cheap labor are getting the problems that some of us have on our sites. And that's absolutely false. We've seen reports of, real estate companies, I'm not going to mention any names, right, who've gotten in trouble for worse than what some of the artisans are doing on my project site. Either they're scamming people and not doing the work at all, or they're building something crappy. And these are companies. So when I say that the problems that we're having, or that I'm seeing on my site, it's not, isolated to only a few people, but it's a general thing. Generally speaking, the artisans in Ghana don't care. That's a general statement, and I stand by it. If you watch the video with my engineer George, he made it a point clear. A lot of those people are in it because of money. Very few people are in it because of passion for what they do. I think I've already mentioned that several times about, the mentality or the stigma around technical education in Ghana. Very few people, very few artisans have a good heart. All right. Or let me take that back and say very few artisans have a good skill. They probably learn from a bad person and they don't even know that they learned wrong. So they're doing the best they can. And sometimes the best they can does not fit what some of us want. And that's not a bad thing. Fanusa is not something that we should be putting on people who have seen different. I've seen different, and I want different. And I'm pretty sure there are people in Ghana who also want different. Maybe they've seen, even if they haven't traveled to see, thanks to YouTube and everything else, social media, they've seen different. So it's okay for us to demand different. Okay? Let's do our best to demand different. George said something that was really poignant. And I've been stewing on this since I had a conversation on here with him 2 weeks ago. One of the things that I really touted myself in doing is, I'll learn with you and we'll do better on my project so you can do better somewhere else, right? It's happened before on my project site. The upstairs, downstairs design that I have for the master suite, the architect pushed back. When he drew it and when we implemented it and he finally loved it, guess what he did? He drew it for somebody else and came to tell me about how he drew it for someone else and made money from it. Did I get paid for that? No. Those are the empowerments that I hope that we do on this journey. That is really the hope here. Anyway, we're going to keep pushing forward. There are headaches on my project site. There are headaches that are worse at other people's places. Other people have it better than me. But I am yet to see any building, even here on the YouTube space, from everyone else who's sharing. I'm yet to see any building that is squeaky clean, problem free. We're dealing with the same artisans, no matter how you cook it. It's not wrong for us to demand different. We're not trying to be anal. We sweat for the money. So it's okay for us to say, I'm disappointed in what you did for me. For the things that can be corrected, they need to be corrected. For what cannot be corrected, that you can live with, you can live with them. But there's nothing wrong with showing frustration for work that you paid for with an expectation, only to get half off, or even sometimes less than. That's okay. I hope that my videos empower you, the viewer, who is hopefully walking the same journey I'm walking, and hopefully I'm saving you some headaches along the line. For artisans who are watching this video, especially Ghanaian artisans, you guys are my brothers, right? And I'm saying brothers because collectively speaking, generally, most artisans are male. So I'm going to say this again. You guys are my brothers, and all I'm asking for is that we learn how to do better than we already have. Use the same media or the same data that you use to watch TikTok to elevate your game. If you do that, I promise you, a lot of your peers will fall by the wayside while you soar. I promise you that. So when I say I'm disappointed in some of the work that our artisans are doing, and generally speaking, the artisan in Ghana doesn't care, I'm hoping that you rise above and you enrich your profession and you enrich yourself so that you can survive while others start dwindling because they decided to not improve their craft. If you're really compassionate about your trade, take it to the next level. I personally don't share the videos on my site, as a way of bashing people. It'll almost be like I intentionally hire the wrong people so that they do the wrong thing so that I can have a negative video to do. I'm tired of building. I'll be honest with you. I wish I was done. The only difference is that I'm not a quitter, so I won't quit. And then in addition to that, because I'm not going to fantasize, I'll keep demanding change until all the changes that I'm unwilling to live with are fixed. I'm not leaving a crappy situation for my children and their children. No, that won't happen. And if I rub you the wrong way for demanding better, for paid service, I apologize for rubbing you the wrong way, but it's still the truth. The average Ghanaian artisan does not care. I don't know any better way to say than that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Toggle all post notifications so when I share new content, you'll be one of the first to be informed. I have several videos to edit, both my personal journey and also on the BCS channel. Please, if you have not subscribed to the BCS channel yet, do me a favor. Show your boy some love and go support that channel as well. Please. There are some good videos out there on that channel that, it's worth watching. Even if you don't want, or even if you don't intend to buy from BCS, go get motivation from some of the things we've done for other people. You'll get enriched by it. I believe that. With that said, until I post the next video, which on my channel I believe will be the attempt to install garage doors on my last visit. Stay blessed. Keep building. Let's keep loving one another. Artisans to home builder and backup. And let's keep demanding better from our artisans. And artisans, you guys can also demand better from us. If we are paying you less than you need to get, speak up. On my personal journey, I try to find what the going rate is for people, and I stay at that. And sometimes I even pay more. But I've been telling people not to do that. Sometimes I give a little more than I'm supposed to for good work done, but I try my best to make sure that it is detached from the task that was done. Let me give you an example. If someone does work for me, and I truly appreciate what they did, or maybe they stayed a little later to do work, and I give them a little more, I make sure it doesn't look like I'm bribing them to entice them to do something extra. They have their going rate. They get paid for that. But sometimes I give a little more, and that's okay. Just don't make it look like you are paying them for the work that they did, because what can lead to is people start demanding more than the going rate for other people who look like you. Obroni tax. We shouldn't do that, right? Because these same people who we might get, into the pension of getting Obroni tax or charging Obroni tax are also building for the local Ghanaian who does not have dollars and pounds and whatever other foreign currency to exchange. So let's be careful with that. It's okay to reward people, but be tactful about it. Have a good weekend. Until we meet again. This is Ghanaba, Kwaku.